to ShadowCast ATX. I'm your host, Jeffrey Lord, with
Daily South,
Zoe Soul,
and Zephyrus Rex.
And we have lost our minds once again, folks. It's near the end of our season. We're at episode 7. We only have a couple more left. We're at
2 more after this.
Yep.
2 more? I don't know.
9 episodes for the first
Okay, so
season,
2 more
and then we're gonna take a 3-week break.
Yeah.
And such. So, guys, what's been going on?
Oh my god.
Gosh.
My pool is done.
Yay!
Oh, thank you.
I have been waking. You know what the best thing about having a pool on private property is? You wake up, you walk outside naked, you jump in the pool.
That sounds divine.
It's so great. It's so great.
And my tattoo is like done peeling, and so
which
now
means she can now jump in the pool.
Yeah!
Yes, she's been doing all of that except for the jumping in the pool part.
Yeah.
Waking up, getting naked.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. I pretty much wake up naked these days.
Yeah.
It's hot.
So, fun little
It's
thing.
It is so hot.
I got to renew my lease for a whole year.
Woo! I'm so excited. That place is perfect for you.
Yes, after everything I've been through, the last 2 places I've lived, I am super excited where my life is taking me, and I have a lot of friends helping me out, and you guys especially. You're the one who helped me look for this place, and I just love it.
Found it and
It's
interviewed
sincerely created my own little sanctuary.
Jeffrey was so amazing. He didn't even have to be there for the interview. Just me telling her about him was enough.
It's actually true because
She's a good saleswoman.
I love my landlords. We just had coffee yesterday.
No, I met her and I was like, Jeffrey's gonna be your gay son. I can already feel it.
It was awesome. But yes, no, I'm super excited. So I get to renew my lease, and now I have a place like of my own. And Donatello just got his shots, and he's doing really well.
Yeah.
The vet clinic did not want to give him up today, and that was a little alarming. I was like, I want my son, and they're like, no, we don't want to give him away.
I love him.
So yeah.
He is so cute.
He's actually doing really well. He's doing really well with his training and stuff too.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
I'm
Wait,
glad
who's
to hear
training
it.
him?
Us.
Oh.
Us too.
I mean, he is. He's doing well.
Yes.
He's pretty good at letting you know when he wants to go outside. And
Yes.
he's doing better.
He's still a puppy,
Nice.
3 months old, but he's still doing good.
Yeah, he's
and
getting there.
I'm actually on that Facebook group with all his other siblings, all his sisters, and all the other owners, and we post videos and pictures and updates and such. So it's amazing on how big everyone's
And you said
getting.
he was how much did he weigh? 20
He
pounds today?
was 22.3 pounds, and he
Wow.
was 2 pounds underweight, but it's okay. I may have given my dog some table scraps, so to help with that.
We're
But,
gonna
you know.
get him some nice soft food.
Yes, we
As
are.
to add
We're
to
gonna
his
change his diet just a little bit, but he's doing really well. He loves walks.
Yeah, that's
He
probably
loves
why he
walks.
has such a high metabolism. He's always active.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
Walks are
active.
so important. It calms them down. It tires them out.
Oh
It-
yeah.
It bonds.
Connects you with them.
Helps them bond.
And he loves other dogs, so he
Yep.
likes to play and.
Yeah,
he's a cutie.
He's absolutely wonderful. How's Yodi doing?
He
Yo,
loves
He's
your dog
good.
Yes, he does.
Oh Lord, he does.
Oh,
all
yeah.
night long.
Oh
All
my
night
That was a
God.
lot of dominance in the house.
My meditation room is pretty much completely
Oh,
done.
Oh,
nice.
it is so gorgeous.
pretty.
I
There's
wanna-
like-
When I come over, I'm
You
just gonna
have
live
to.
in there. I'm just
There's
going
like
to
a
go straight
couple
for that room.
pieces. There's like 1 or 2 pieces I need to do. I need to add my white bookshelf for my tea sets and for my plants and everything. And then I think that's pretty much it. I got my curtains. My mom bought me some beautiful curtains yesterday.
Yeah.
So those are in. I just have it just looks so nice. I'm in there every day. I have my little please, quiet please sign, and I'll put it on whenever I'm doing my meditation.
I can't wait to
Awesome.
see it. I'm gonna
Oh, and I got a really nice bed set that matches the room. So whenever you stay the night, it's a beautiful bed
can't
set.
wait to see my bedroom.
It's gray and white, and it's beautiful, and you're gonna love it.
I saw your TV and I was like, oh, that's so me.
Yeah,
was-
Logan backlit it, and I thought of you
Yeah.
instantly. He's
Yeah.
like, "Do you like the backlights?" I'm like, "It's Zeph."
It's
So
absolutely
sad.
beautiful.
Oh,
But I
So
love.
wait, you guys. I have 3 things to share with you. One of them's
3.
really big. Okay.
You like really big
Wait.
things.
I love big things.
So,
It's been a month.
the
Tell me
first
all
thing-
about it.
The first 2, you may or may not be excited, but I'm actually super excited. So I have felt for the longest time that I'm going to go to my grave paying off my student loans. Well, I logged in and I was able to pay fully off one of the big ones that's been bugging me today. And I only have one left, and it's only like $5,000.
Wow.
So I am gonna clear
Yeah, no,
that
that's
thing.
easy. Do
I'm
it.
so
Yeah.
excited. So I am very close to debt free.
That's amazing.
The other thing
totally.
I am so happy is that I am investing in the stock market.
Yay!
That's something that like I have always wanted to do, but I've always been super
She's all
intimidated.
grown up now.
I know, I'm doing like adult things, you guys. I'm being an adult. It's so fun.
She's growing up so fast.
I'm
so
so
proud.
excited for
So
you.
proud.
Yeah, it's actually like I'm super happy because these are like grown-up adult things that I've wanted to do, but have always seemed kind of like far away from me. And really, it's just been like chucking away little bits of money at a time and being really disciplined on that. And I've been able to like overcome these hurdles.
It's
so I'm super happy.
super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it started with like, I don't know, we just never grew up knowing money, and it was very hard for us to save money. And then we started saving. We got comfortable with saving money, and she's using Digit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the money she saved in Digit, she's gonna be putting it in the stock market.
That's so great.
And so will I, because I also have money in my Digit. So
Yeah. So we're gonna. And then, last but not least, okay, this is the big news. Can I have a drum roll? My new business is live. It's called the House of the Wildling.
Oh, I got the Facebook invite.
And yes, and my
I'm wearing-
website is up. Zeph created the website.
Yeah.
It is
Oh, wonderful.
beautiful.
I'm actually wearing the earrings right now from the House
I
of the
made those
Wildling.
earrings.
They're absolutely beautiful, and I love
Gorgeous.
it.
And don't you have like the snake is one of your totems, right?
It is one of my
We're
totems.
gonna talk about that
so
today.
We're
Yes.
gonna talk about
We're gonna talk about
Super
totems
excited.
and guides and how to find them.
Yeah.
And our personal
But I'm
experiences.
so happy. I'm
That
like
is
so
so
proud of
exciting.
all of us. You know,
I've been watching you work so much on
we
this.
have. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Well,
all
and
of
the course
us,
is
though.
done. So like I'm doing a course on Persephone, and it's all shadow work. So it's going to be combining witchcraft and magic with spiritual work, so that you know you can overcome and work through like your shadow self.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm super excited about that. And I have a gift for you guys. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
What?
Can you?
What?
That's
Take
it.
the
Oh.
I don't know what's
Yogi.
happening.
It's happening. It's happening.
It's always happening.
Just like how it's going to be a Christmas miracle in about 3 months.
I have been
3 months, 4 months.
creating
What?
these spell jars.
What?
And I have, for you, Daily, I have one of the hanging ones, and you can hang it. You can wear it if you want to, but I would. It's glass, so I would say hang it
It's
over
going
an
in my
altar.
room. Yes.
Yeah, and
Oh my
that
God,
has
that's
wildflowers
gorgeous.
from when we went out on our hike. It has
beautiful.
crystals.
I love the.
Moss.
Are those quartz right there?
Yes.
Oh, those
Oh,
are
those are,
gorgeous.
Yeah, those are.
They're
those
very
little
That
chocolate.
wax
That's
strip is
adorable.
good. You got that good.
Jeffrey, this one's yours. This one has snake bone to go with your whole snake motif that you've got.
And it has my
going.
favorite color. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Wow.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
This is absolutely.
The energy from both
gorgeous.
of these is so
Oh,
nice.
They
baby
were actually
girl.
charged by the sun. I hung them out on the. So they're
I'm
super
all
charged.
about the sun because I am the sun, my friends are the moons, and together we make the stars. So this is
And then Zephyr, of course, I have the black one for you. And this has fluorite, quartz crystals,
Wow.
rosebuds, because I love you.
Wow.
Moss, and then it
Aw.
has the black sand from Iceland
Iceland.
that you brought us.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think it's
Yes.
This is
it's beautiful.
absolutely
Yay.
gorgeous, very spellbinding.
Thank you so
and
much.
thank you to the House of Wildling.
Yes.
Guys, well,
What's your website?
yes.
It's houseofwildling.com.
That's cool.
Yeah.
houseofwildling.com.
Check that out.
We'll have that posted in the comments below.
Check
Guys,
it out. You're gonna want
I
this
am
stuff.
so happy where our lives are taking us. I know in the middle of the pandemic, but at the same time, we have blossomed so much throughout this
Blossom
whole
like
spring,
these flowers.
this whole summer. And everyone, stay tuned. We got another video of Zoe Soul. Thank you, everyone. We love you so much. And a special thanks to Kaiju Labs and Media for hosting us. And a
Stay
huge
tuned. We'll be back to talk about our totems and our
Yeah.
guides and how you can find your own.
Yay!
Bye.
Everyone knows the story of the little girl who was stolen away. But what if that's not the whole story? What if she wanted more? What if she felt a stirring in her for something more, something deeper and darker than the surface allows for? Some of us are nocturnal. The call of the underworld is what makes our blood sing. We don't shy away from the muck, the blood, the sin, and the shadows, because that is the place where we gather our magic. That is where our medicine comes from. I have spent years resisting this call. So many have called on me to acknowledge this darkness, to bring it forth into light and change it so that I can grow, asking me to change this aspect of myself, to make it more acceptable to the masses. I've tried all the things that the love and light crowd has asked of me. And I felt the weight of the masks that being in that space required of me, pulling me into spaces that I didn't fit into and couldn't see in my rawness. I am not made for the surface. In my process of unbecoming, the ripping away of the masks of acceptability, the call of the deep and the dark has begun to sing in me again. Persephone wasn't stolen away. She chose to walk into the darkness, into that place that allowed for everything that she was and embraced her for it. It is in this place that I find myself, stripped of all the faces that I've worn to be acceptable. Acceptance isn't what I'm after anymore. I'm here to be seen.
And welcome back, everyone. Zoe, I absolutely love your videos. They are just getting so inspirational.
No, people really do like them. You're very,
thank
very
you.
inspirational and very educational, and we always have so many comments about how amazing your videos are,
Yeah.
how helpful
Thank
they
you.
are.
Thank
Make
you.
sure you guys go subscribe
Subscribe.
and hit that bell to
Zoe Soul.
get those notifications. Zoe Soul.
It helps me, and honestly, I need 1,000 followers on YouTube who have subscribed in order for me to start monetizing it. And I mean, it's not like a ton of money that you make, but
It
I
helps.
am an artist and I am working for myself, so
Yeah.
every little bit helps. And I'm
Support
really
your
close,
artists.
so I
Yeah,
feel
you're very
like
close.
yeah, if you haven't, like it's free, it's easy, it doesn't cost you anything, so go subscribe.
Yeah.
Do it.
I love it.
Look
I love
at,
it.
look at him totally digging on the.
I know.
He's
He's
so
so
interested in
Yoni
numbers.
is very interested in Exio.
So speaking of Exil, we're going to start talking about our totems and our spirit guides and
Yeah.
how we discovered our own and how you can discover yours.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Let's
I
dive
love
in.
it.
let's dive.
We're diving.
Here we go.
We are so diving.
We're going in.
We're diving into the autumn and out of this damn summertime because I hate this
know.
weather.
We're ready for fall.
Ah!
Well,
Sorry.
Jeffrey, do you want to start since you're actually holding one of your totems in your hands right now?
Sure. So this is Exil. He is absolutely wonderful. He was gifted to me by a good friend of mine from Dragon Wild Ranch. It's one of the pagan ranches here in Texas I go to. Ekazil is a stag, you know.
Stag.
Basically, they're all about getting through life's obstacles, all about magical mysteries and so forth like that.
And they're very related to Fae.
Oh,
Fae energy. Yeah, like
entirely
stags
so.
and Fae.
So you know, it's like I started dabbling in my own craft back in 2000,
What year is
2001. what year is it? Oh my.
How many years are in 2020?
But, in 2012 is when I really was starting to dabble more into the craft of, trying to find my path and see where I was going. And then I found out, okay, I'm very druidic. I'm going, a lot of Green Witch type stuff and everything. Very, very fey. But, it was just like, well, what animal, represents me more to my totem and such like that? And I just really represent with the stag, most of all. The stag is, to me, and just so everyone knows, is like, you can look up all this information. Oh, you
so into the stag.
Yes.
Like, teach me a wise one.
Is this your guide?
Daily, can you
This
tell
is
me?
your guide now?
I wonder if it's like he just thinks those are giant bones for him to chew on.
Oh, we have to take a photo because
I'm taking videos.
absolutely
So funny.
adorable.
Oh, look at him.
Yes.
Yodi.
I will guide you, sir, into the land in the court of Yoni. But yeah, no, getting back on the subject, basically, he's so cute. I can't, these eyes. But no, basically, in regards of everything, the stag really just represents me. They're very bolstering, like, strength and prosperity. They're all about rejuvenation, basically finding out, like, life's mysteries and solving those in its own network.
Plus, they got the whole headdress going on.
Yes, yes, we do.
Yeah.
And in regards to this, it's just like I really represent with this guide here because this spirit totem is surely me. If I've been, and it's weird. It's like how, like, countless of times I've gone camping. There's always a stag, a doe, a deer, any, one of those out there, and I have come this close to a 12-point buck.
Yeah.
This close.
Wow.
And I was sitting on a rock, and I was just like on a spiritual trip and everything, trying to, meditate and everything. And I was sitting there, and I hear this noise, and it's in the darkness. And I'm just like, I got a little spooked because you're by yourself, you're in the middle of the woods,
Yeah.
you're about maybe a half mile away from your campsite where everyone else is. You can see the little fire very, very far away because I want to get away and I hear the drums, like the drum circle. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on a spiritual journey here, and I'm sitting on this big giant rock, and it's like a big flat rock. I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking to the stars. I'm hearing everything around me, and I'm just trying to meditate as best as possible. And then next thing you know, this giant beast of a buck, like a stag, just comes out and just walks and walks and walks, and it's like, every step was very slow. It was very moving, and my heart's racing because I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
because
they can have aggressive tendencies. Yeah.
And so in regards of everything, it's just like when they got up to me, and the thing that was really crazy is I was actually holding the skull here.
Oh wow.
And I was holding it like this, and I'm just like,
It's like, that's my aunt.
Dad?
That's not what it looks like.
Oh no.
I didn't shoot Bambi's mom, I swear. But, it's just like, so I'm just sitting there, and I'm on the spiritual journey, and I'm just like, oh dear God, this is it. This is what's gonna happen. And it just came up to me. And we just looked in each other's eyes, and if you ever get a chance to look into a stag's eyes, it is the most spiritual influence, I'm lost it with words right now because I can't explain the experience because it was so moving and so spellbinding. It was so spellbinding for me, and this name popped in my head, Ekazil. And I was like, and I looked at it, Ekazil, and I said that loud, and then it bowed its head. It was like I had to move my head back a little bit because the antlers were like this. It was like, uh-oh. So I did that, and it just kind of, and I had actually, I actually had a small little bowl of fruit, and I held out, I think it was a few grapes, and I was like, this will work. And it took the grapes, and I felt like we had a huge connection, a strong spiritual connection there. And I just felt so influenced, and I just felt this bolstering energy of like vitality. It was just like, whoa, like wave over me, and then it just slowly walked off, and it walked around the boulder, and it walked into the darkness, and I never saw it again.
Wow.
And it was just the most beautiful
That's
creature
awesome.
I've ever seen, and ever since then, back in 2012 of Samhain, mind you, it was around Samhain.
Mhm.
It was and it was just, it was breathtaking.
Yeah.
And
That's
awesome.
a beautiful
And
story.
when I got back to the campsite, I talked to some of the crones and the archdruid at the time, what was going on, and they told me all about it, and they told me this is your calling and everything. Fun fact: when I was on my way to the ranch for that weekend, for that Samhain weekend,
Mhm.
a deer actually jumped out of my car. Sorry, boom! Jumped out of the car.
It's almost like I was there.
And I'm driving, and you're going about 55, 60 miles down the road, and it jumped out, but somehow stopped and then jumped right back. And my friend was driving behind me, and she says, I just saw it jump, and it almost looked like it just stopped and jumped back and then ran off. And I was just like, was that the same one? And it was just like, it was, sign after sign after sign. And ever since then, and now I'm going to get a chest tattoo with another one, and it's the cicada and everything, and it's all about evolving and evolution and inspiration. And I'm going to get that with antlers tattooed on my chest and everything, because the cicada and the stag. But the stag, most of all, that is my guide. That is my totem, if anything. So,
Yeah.
Sorry, just wow.
That's beautiful.
I wish we had a thing to where we could just plug in and you could
I
see
know,
what we
wouldn't that be
saw,
wonderful?
what we felt.
I think
and
about that all the
I mean,
time.
the smell. It was weird. It was like when it came up, I thought this animal was gonna be really like gross smelling. No, it was, everything got really sweet and very just. It was just
Oh, that's
beautiful that night.
Good.
So yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
What about you, Daly?
Beautiful
Oh
story.
gosh. I mean, mine's not as exciting. I mean, I've had my main animal totem that I've had from the time I was born to now is the leopard, and I can't fully say when the leopard became my totem because I've had it my whole life. I mean, as a child, I used to imagine and dream about being this little girl that got lost in the African safari and got adopted by like a leopard family and was raised with the leopards, and so that's why I was like always in trees, and I was always like growling at people, and like I've always wanted to be like leopards.
Sorry.
No, it's just how I was as a
Little
child.
fairy child in the tree.
No,
Yeah. A Beyonce.
super accurate. Like my poor mother, she was constantly having to get me to stop trying to climb on all of the bookcases. Like I was always climbing, and that's a big aspect of the leopard, is that they're extremely powerful beings and they can carry double their body weight up into trees. And I was always up in trees. I was always climbing up high. And just ever since I was born, I was very attached to the leopard totem. Even when I went into high school, my freshman English class, we had to write a story about, like a fantasy story, and I wrote about myself, and it was called The Leopard Princess. And it was this
That's
so
awesome.
cute. No, it was this full story about this girl who had all these like aspects of the leopard, and then found out that she'd actually gotten lost in the African safari for like a year, and she'd been adopted by a leopard family and had forgotten all about that. And then like had to go back and like find her old family and like find it was like a whole thing that I wrote like
That's so cool.
freshman year.
So that really explains the tattoo that you have.
I mean, I have leopard print.
Yeah.
It's just the leopard's always been like my old email address was like leopard princess 87. Like it's just always been a thing.
So if you were an Animorph, you would be a leopard.
I did actually when I was super into Animorphs and we would play Animorphs. I would
super into Animorphs.
You have no
No
idea. The
idea.
shit that I was into.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
episodes
yes.
have they talked about Animorphs?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
I'd say you're still into
I mean, I
Animorphs.
still am, but it was a thing back then.
Oh,
But
yes, it
my
was.
main morph of choice was the leopard.
You're a leopard, I'm a stag. Oh,
I
perfect.
would eat you.
I would carry you in my antlers, so.
gonna carry you up a tree dead.
And then I'd come over and just eat the remains.
Yes!
See,
Because
here
my
you
We
are.
work well together.
Oh gosh.
But I mean, I've had other animal totems that have appeared during specific times of my life
Yep.
when I was going through something, and I don't know really for sure if they are permanent totems or if they were just kind of coming in when I needed them. I've had the raven that appeared during very difficult times or when I was due for a really big change. The raven would appear to me, so I actually have a lot of raven tattoos as well.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
For a while, I was very obsessed with the possibility of having a guinea pig as an animal totem. I have no clue if that's a thing, but for
They're all a thing.
I know, but
Like
for
it's
like
all-
a year, the guinea pig was a big thing, and that was really linked to my anxiety and my, that whole thing because guinea pigs
Well,
are
it's
prey animals.
just like the heightened sensitivity.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I
that
can
was
see
a thing that I thought about, and I used to be very connected to dolphins and horses as a child. Like when I was a child, I used to say my favorite animals were leopard, dolphin, and horse.
Mhm.
And
Oh, wow.
I loved the freedom behind all those animals. Horses and dolphins are they're very free with the way that they live. Dolphins are very intelligent. I always thought they were very beautiful. I know.
No.
He wants this.
He's just smelling them.
so
He does
into
not know
it.
what's happening.
He's licking it.
He's licking Ekazel, and
He's like,
Ekazel's just like,
tasty.
"Can I just go home, please?" To
He's
Donatello.
like,
Donatello just looks at me. He doesn't try to eat me.
he's so into this.
Oh my god.
It's alright.
It's okay.
So I really.
Oh well, he's a deer-head Chihuahua. That's actually the type of Chihuahua he is.
That's the Chihuahua.
So,
I have Baxter. He's a deerhead Chihuahua.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense.
So
Okay.
it's like his that's his spirit
It's
totem.
his spirit
It's his
totem.
So I really do like that whole entire thing of the leopard and everything. And that explains the tattoos. I thought you just got it just because I had no idea about that.
That's awesome.
I knew, but yeah, no.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
really cool.
don't. Pay.
Yeah, I've got at least 3 leopard tattoos, and yeah, they've just. When I was younger, I used to. I actually had a name that I used as a child. It was a African Swahili name that meant fierce leopard princess, and it was
wow.
Wangaria Miri Macau. And it
I'm
was,
sorry. What?
Dang. So did you look that up?
Yeah,
Were you
I
like,
studied it. For
I'm
a while,
gonna.
yeah. So
Wow.
actually, what came
Say that name one more time.
Wangaria Miri Macau.
Wow, that is
Yeah, and
beautiful.
maybe it's probably butchered because I am not at all have any of that in me at all. I'm very white, so I probably butchered it. But my father actually, he would do the Ironman triathlons and he would train in Africa, and so he was there actually a good amount. And so he kind of learned. He had a lot of friends that were from that area, and so he was actually able to learn some of that. So through that, I was kind of like, oh, maybe there's something to this that I'm like.
That is so
yeah.
magnificent.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's
Tuning into
interesting.
something.
So the rest, the leopard's been my number one. It always has been. The rest of them, I'm just kind of still learning and kind of trying to find what I'm connected to. But yeah, I've had them come in and out, but the leopard's always been my primary.
Alright.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome.
What about you, Zoe?
Well.
Well, we
I think
I
you-
wonder what we
What
got
is
back
that?
there.
I
What's
think you
going
gotta
on
know.
back there,
Well,
honey?
and actually, before I talk about my my totem animal, I want to talk about one of my major spirit guides because they don't
Yeah.
all always have to be animals.
Right.
Sure.
Oftentimes, especially in witchcraft, you might have like a goddess or a god that you connect with. I know that yours is Pan. So
Yep.
yeah, so it doesn't
Oh, yeah.
have to just be animals. I am going to talk about my animal, but what's really interesting is I grew up Catholic, and when I was little, I was very, very Catholic, and I always felt a strong connection with Mother Mary growing up. And then later on, when I disconnected from that faith because it just wasn't working for me, I told this story, I think, in another one, but I was kind of searching for what my spirituality was. And I had this experience. I have a friend who does cranial sacral, and she was doing cranial sacral on me, and I am half Mexican, and I kept seeing the image of the Virgin of Guadalupe popping up, like very strong, very pronounced. And so at that point, I had pulled myself out of the Catholic faith, so I felt a little bit like, why am I seeing that? Like, I don't connect with that religion. I don't connect with any of that. And then when I did my research and I dug into it, I found out that actually that depiction of the Virgin Mary is really an Aztec goddess, and her name is Tonantzin. And so she's been my guide ever since. A series of things happened, actually. I had that experience, And then somebody went, totally unrelated, not knowing this, they went out somewhere, they went down to Mexico, and they came back and they brought me a little milagro is what they're called. They're these little like silver trinkets that are used in folk art. And they brought me one of the Virgin of Guadalupe, and she had no idea.
Oh, that's
And then my
crazy.
therapist, I was telling him this story at the time, and he freaked out because and I have it up in my room, he said, "Oh my God, Zoe, I can't believe you're telling me this story." He years ago, he was given this blanket of the Virgin of Guadalupe, and he is not at all Catholic, and he was like, "I don't know why I held on to it. I just felt like it wasn't mine, but I needed to hold on to this." And he's like, "I think this belongs to you." And so it was like and so things for me happen in threes, and so that happened in threes, and like once the third one hits, for me it's like this is my guide. And so I've worked with her ever since. I continue to work with her. She's one of my main goddesses. So that is, that's that story. But then the vulture is my main spirit, my totem animal. And the vulture appeared to me actually in a dream. I had this dream, and there was this vulture sitting there just like, it was very gory, just ripping into this carcass. And I remember waking up kind of disturbed, like, what? And I was really into dream interpretation at the time.
I don't know why that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. No,
What the hell?
And there was like blood, and I woke up like, why? What is this? But apparently, when the vulture shows up, it very often shows up in dreams. And the vulture in the Native American tradition,
It just
they
shows
call
up
him-
in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's in dreams, but sometimes I show up.
Yeah.
You just wake up and it's just eating your feet.
I mean,
However gets your attention.
Yeah.
Right, Yodi?
Right.
Oh.
So the vulture, in Native traditions, they call it the golden purifier, because the vulture's ability is to go into the most toxic environments and to be able to alchemize death into life. And so it's really about being able to walk into the darkness and to know that you have what it takes to shift that and transmute it. It's all about transmuting
That's
energy.
beautiful.
Thank you. So
In
and
a
after
gory,
that, I
in
saw
a gory way.
lots of vultures, and whenever I see vultures to this day, it's like heads up, listen, some
Like the one that chased us out of the cemetery.
Exactly. I mean, they really.
It is time. It is time now to go. No, it's like. Yep.
Yeah. No, he was speaking to her. She was like, "Bitch, you gotta
There was
go."
a message.
Get
The
out.
message.
I am so happy we got out.
Yeah. That was awesome.
And what about you, Zeph?
So I haven't worked with a lot of animal medicine, but when I've worked with animals, okay, so when I first started my craft, I got into, with my Coven, we were diving deep into Egyptian mythology, and we got into Bast. And I don't really follow much Bast currently, but one of the things that stuck was my connection with cats. And so one of my oldest spirit animals is the house cat. So I think that was really cute, and I've learned a lot from cat medicine. I've learned about stillness and elegance and executing with precision. Other animals that I've worked with are raven and their intellect and their ability to solve puzzles.
They're so smart.
And yeah, they're just so clever, and they use tools. Like they're pretty incredible. And they're also not afraid to just play. They're so playful and so intelligent at the same time. And they're also really compassionate. So I mean, sure they eat other animals' babies, but they're
really-
very social
They're very
animals.
compassionate. Sure, they eat other babies, but who doesn't these days?
Hi, welcome to Shadow.
You can take
Yeah.
one, leave one.
Oh,
Take
wow.
one, leave one.
Take one, leave
so,
one.
I'm really into raven animal medicine.
Yeah, ravens are great.
And I'll throw a curveball out there. One of my spirit animals isn't really an animal. It's like I was doing a meditation, looking for a spirit animal, and at the end of that mental journey, I came away with an image of this mechanical bird, and I always thought it was a hawk, but it might actually have been a raven. So it's like made out of metal, and it has like a single eye in the center.
It's very
And
steampunk.
Very
Yeah.
steampunk, yeah, kind
Steampunk
of
totems.
steampunky.
That definitely explains the cyber.
I feel like
Yeah.
a mechanical raven is you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
and
one
it's-
eye.
Yeah.
With one eye.
That's
One
all
eye.
he needs is
Because
one
it's-
eye.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Because
need
it's
any
always
more.
super focused, and
I love that.
I've always called him Milos, and I've had him for like 12 years.
I love this.
Yeah.
That is a very piercing
I'm really
energy for you.
excited about that, actually.
That is a very piercing energy about you, and that's what I really
Yes.
appreciate, because you are like everything you do in your craft and so forth. You're so focused, and you really do like you analyze a lot of what's happening, and then you go about the plan, and you set out that foundation of it, and it's just
Mechanical
perfect.
raven, that's Zeph.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
That's everything. I
I know,
understand.
I was very, very excited when I learned about this.
Whoa.
I
guy.
love it.
I
Right.
get it.
Because it just makes sense.
That's absolutely like magnificent. Yay!
Yeah.
So it's like, so if we, if you pick like, say your top three, like I would say the stag, cicada, and a satyr. That would be my top three. What about you?
Leopard. I mean, the ones that I have as a
Hot
child.
seat.
I know, it's hard. Leopard for sure. Raven has been with me for a long time. And then, I don't know what my third one would be. It'd be between the dolphin and the horse, because both of those were very, very much there as a child. And it
I
was
see a
a very,
lot of horse energy, but also a lot of dolphins.
yeah,
so.
it depends. It really depends.
They're like
Actually-
neck and neck.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
It
actually,
should be a doll force.
the,
Dolph
one of the,
horse.
one of the
Dolph
reasons,
horse.
Dolph horse.
I mean, he's kind of cheating
Dolph
with
horse.
satyr because that's actually two animals. It's like human and
I mean, to be fair, I am a Sagittarius, so I am a satyr. That's technically that. But it's actually a funny story because when I was a freshman in high school, like I loved animals so much, and I thought they were just so beautiful. And so whenever I met a person, I would like relate them to an animal. And there was this girl this girl in my biology class, and I thought she was beautiful. She was a cheerleader, she was blonde, she was popular, and she befriended me because I was also pretty and blonde, so she thought, oh, you could be like popular like me. I was a fucking weirdo, and she didn't know that yet. And so I was talking to her, and she's like, oh, you should come hang out with me and my friends. I'm like, thank you, you're so beautiful. You just look like a dolphin. That was not what she wanted to hear. She was like, well, you look like a pig. And I was so confused because dolphins are beautiful.
They
Oh,
are.
man.
Yeah,
Like
they
they're
are.
beautiful. They've got these eyelashes and these
Yeah.
beautiful and so I just thought she was.
She's gonna see this one
No,
day
she's not.
and be like, "Oh shit."
She won't.
That's hilarious.
But that was
Oh,
my
man.
spiral from being popular to being a fucking crazy weirdo in high school.
I'm glad that you were a crazy weirdo.
I just
Yeah.
am.
Because then you could hang out with us now.
Yeah, no, I
Yes.
just am. I just
Yeah.
am.
So
No,
what about
way
you,
more
Zoe?
interesting.
What about you?
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely Totems is the energy that I work with, and then the vulture, and then my very first totem animal that ever came up was the frog. And really...
Which is awesome because I like I said earlier, I never see animals like that. I always see,
Yeah.
oh, I'm a wolf.
Yeah.
Or I'm a lion. Or and I'm like, okay, but who's got like a goat or like a fucking chicken or something? Like
Yeah.
So
Yep.
frog, when you were like
Frog.
frog, I'm like, that's amazing. Tell me more.
Or a cicada that just
Well,
screams.
and frogs are very related to singers, which
Yeah.
because they sing at night and they go in water and out of water and they're and
I
yeah.
get it.
Jesus.
It all makes sense now.
It makes sense.
It's all
makes
clicking.
so much sense now.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
What about you? What are your
Well, I'm still going with a cat. I'm still going for a raven.
Yeah, no, cat and raven is.
And then I'll also say monkey because I didn't really dive into that, but
That's true.
monkey's a big energy for me.
Very much
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I
My
really,
nickname for you used to be Monkey.
I like all of our totems that we've really connected with and so forth like that. But the thing I really want to touch base on is how I think Zoe really can define this really well. Is how do you find this
there's
totem
a lot
and
of
so
people
forth.
out there that are like, I don't know what my totem is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
how do I find this? I know there's spiritual journeys, meditations you can go
Mine
on.
was a spiritual journey. I mean,
Yeah.
you heard right there.
Mine
so
just was there.
It's just
been there,
there.
since I don't have a memory of not having the leopard. So.
Yeah. Well, I think we all kind of represent all the various ways that you can connect. So, like, for you, one way is, like, if you have a strong pull towards an animal and you just feel very, very, very strongly, like, this, I love this animal, I feel like it represents me, there's a very good chance that that's a guide for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why wouldn't it be? Like, if you're being pulled and drawn to it for, you're being pulled and drawn for a reason. So don't discount your own intuition. If
Yes.
you're being pulled, don't feel like you need some big giant sign from the sky. Like, it can be as simple as that.
Yep.
That, like, I really like bats and I feel a kinship. That might be a guide for you.
Yeah.
So that's one way. The other way is you can do a spiritual journey. There are a lot of meditations that you can do. You can even just, like, YouTube meditations online to help you find your spirit guide, and you will find some. I will say a little disclaimer on meditations that you pull offline. I would listen to them first
Before going
doing
in.
it.
before going into them.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yes.
you're going into, like, a trance state and you're kind of wide open to
Whatever that person
Whatever.
is,
Yeah,
Right.
and everyone is going to have a completely different feel than,
Mm-hmm.
if I do have a few friends who their prime is the stag.
Mhm.
And when we talk about, we've all had a different experience on how we've related and how we've been pulled and drawn to the stag. And it's just something one of them is just like something I would have never even thought of or, guessed. And it's really interesting. So definitely, like you said, pay very close attention to that before you begin your journeys and so forth.
Mhm.
Also,
Yeah.
another thing
And
I
prep yourself as well on them. So
I think
you
another
need to
thing is
prepare.
also totems and guides. They don't have to be necessarily from this world.
Right.
Yep.
Like,
Good point.
Like my
Yeah.
husband, one of his guides is a dragon,
Mhm.
and obviously there's no dragons flying around here. So, but yeah, like I know a lot of people that have guides and totems that are not of this realm,
Right.
and so that's something also. Obviously, a satyr's not from this
Don't
realm
you
either.
have a recorded meditation with a dragon, yeah?
I do. My fairy meditation has the dragon.
It does. It
Uh-huh.
does. It does.
It's a dragon.
On Zoe's channel, there's a fairy meditation. It's about roughly an hour or something.
It's
like
I
40.
think it's
I think it's like 40 minutes.
yeah,
40
about
something
40
minutes long.
Mhm.
And there was a few times where I used to have really bad insomnia, and there's a few times I would just turn that on and I would drift to sleep, and it was some of the best sleep I've ever had. But it was like the
The
meditative
best
state
he's
that
ever
you
had.
The best he's ever
well,
had.
the meditative state. Oh my gosh, the meditative state that you like really put into that trance helps so much. But I did use it for fairy meditation one time, and I was just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, damn girl, damn. I actually had to pause it because I was like, whoa, hello, okay, let's press
Hello,
play and
please.
move on. So I really do appreciate that. So,
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it worked. That you liked it.
Oh,
and
yes.
that one actually isn't. That one in particular isn't to find a guide. However, I will be. I think I'll be creating one to find a guide.
That would
to help
be
people.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I do want to say that there's another way that you can find a guide, and really that's just when you start on your spiritual journey by basically asking the
Yes.
universe, like, please show me who my guide is, and being open to what shows up, and pay attention to the signs that show up. You may notice that, like, a particular animal or even an insect starts showing up quite frequently. Like, you have cicada. That's
Yep.
that's an insect. So
I've actually, and just so everyone knows, I know cicadas only come around normally in the summertime near the end before fall. I've had cicada come to me within different seasons that they're not supposed to be around. So that's how I've really related with them.
We had a
And-
big
Is
cicada
it
year
magic?
this year.
And-
Is it global warming?
Well, also at the age of 7, I might have swallowed a live cicada, and that was a spiritual
And that's
experience
how you
when I was
make
a
that
kid.
noise.
Without
That is.
Wow.
My
Still there.
mom loves it. She's like, I love cicadas whenever you make
Wow.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I really like that this subject that we've really touched on today, because some of our viewers have really asked about that and requested that. So everyone at home, thank you so much for asking us because we love hearing from you guys. So, what is a spirit totem or a guide to you? Comment below because we want to know as well.
Yeah,
And
tell us
we
your
do
spirit
read your
guides.
guys' comments, and they really help us out to get to know you, the audience, better for us to relate with you guys, so we can touch base on more things. So, what is that to you? And in the meantime,
And also,
wow.
like, why are, I just want to bring this up because some people
Do
might be
it.
watching this and be wondering, well, why do I need a guide? Like, what's the point of a guide?
Mhm.
What do they do? And so, I mean, I know what my answer is, but I'm curious for each of us, like, what is the benefit of having a spirit guide or
If
a
you have to
totem?
ask, you just don't understand.
Zeph is in the mood.
Well, I mean, I guess for me, as far as the leopard goes, I mean, that's just been a part of who I am.
Mhm.
Like I guess my id is what they call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just been part of my being, my personality, and just my inner self. The leopard's just been there my whole life.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, yeah, it's guided me in a few ways, but in the majority, it's just been part of who I am. It's
Right.
been part of me, and without that, I
love
wouldn't be me.
And would you say
Um,
it kind of gives you like a stronger sense of self-awareness?
Stronger
and
sense of
understanding
self.
yourself?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've had other guides like the Raven come in times of great crisis or great change. That's kind of helped me be like, okay, I need to make a change here, and it's just kind of let me know this is the time where you need to be able to like change and transfer over to something else.
Mhm.
And so things like that have happened too. But my leopard, which is my main totem, it's just me. It's just in me.
Yeah.
is all I
I
can,
love it.
Yeah, yeah. What about you? What are the what are the benefits or what do you gain from having?
To me, it's like a stability in my life structure and everything. I see everything as like a tier platform that's been built,
Mhm.
and I just had this, a lot of fey energy, and such like that. I'm like, okay, I'm relating this. And I'm like, man, I really wish I can be pulled to something to kind of help me guide myself into a direction I want to go
To
into.
ground it into
Yeah.
Entirely.
Mhm.
And I felt like I kind of look at it as where I found these seeds and I planted it, and finally these roots have now taken, and now I get to watch this tree grow. And as this tree grows, I see these faces of all these guides and these totems in it, because there's a few I haven't
Yeah.
mentioned, but as this tree grows, new branches branch off, and boom, boom, boom. I mean, it goes through the seasons, and next thing you know, I'm like learning new things. I'm being called to this. I mean, the bat was one, and I had
Mhm.
no idea,
Mhm.
and I was like, man, the bat. I'm dreaming about it. I'm seeing them more often. I getting these energies, and boom, 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 and these signs are happening, and then I'm relating. I'm like, wow, that's another branch that I can crawl back down to and go more further off, and so
Well,
I see
and-
like a tree being built.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah,
It's just,
I love
wow.
that analogy because like really what you're creating is these are relationships.
Yes.
And so just
Entirely.
like any relationship, some of them are going to be lifelong. Some of them you've had with you since birth. Some of them come in for just a period of time and then
And then
you
they're-
part ways when
yep.
the lessons are learned. And then some of them come in like midlife, but then they're with you the rest of your life. So it's really like you're creating your spiritual family.
Entirely, and that's what I see. The tree that I've planted, the seeds I've taken. I have no idea what these seeds are. It was given to me, and I planted them, and now I've just watched this foundation just grow into something. And some branches fall off, and that's okay because I've learned a lesson from that guide at the time, and then it goes, and then I keep going because I've learned that, I've taken that experience, and I'm putting it into other things that I can work on. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Zephyr?
For
I
me,
can't stop thinking about Zeph's mechanical raven.
It's so
I'm
good.
sorry.
It's so good.
I love it.
for me, they are something that you can focus on, and they allow you to be reflective of what's happening in your life, and it makes you become aware of maybe patterns that are occurring in your vicinity, in your surroundings, and then you just start contemplating about what they are, what their message is, even if you're if you're doing intuitive work or if you're looking them up on Google, and then you're learning about their aspects and what they represent, and what their medicine is, and then that makes you tie that back into your personal experience of your life, and then you're like, oh, well, that's what it's trying to tell me, and it's kind of the catalyst for you to think about and turn your lens upon yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's an outside messenger that's coming in to give
Yeah.
you information.
Because if you're
about
saying,
there.
what are you trying to tell me, then you're like, there must be a message.
Mhm.
And if there's a message, then what am I trying to do? What am I trying to fix,
Accomplish here,
heal? And then you through that chain of thinking, you initiate the healing.
Yeah.
You initiate the improvement.
And that actually brings up something that I've noticed with my guides. And I, like you, I mean, I have a ton of guides. I have like 10 that I'm actively working with. So,
about
but
two,
I started
active about 2 or 3 right now.
Yeah, but I started off with just a few, learning them, and so but what it made me think of is that, you know, there's like certain guides where I relate to the guide, and I can feel a kinship. I feel like we're kindred spirits. I feel like this guide, and then there are other guides where it's like I am nothing like you.
Yeah.
And that's the medicine, right? Like that they had to teach me something about, you know, some kind of lesson about something I need to integrate into my life.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's like responsibility or whatever it is,
Entirely.
or sense of play, or, you know, like you're lacking this quality, so I'm showing up now to help you facilitate that.
Absolutely beautiful. Well,
You're
everyone,
absolutely beautiful.
Oh,
you all are beautiful.
yeah,
Damn.
beautiful.
Whew, it's getting hot with this coven. It's getting hot in this cauldron.
Hot.
Let's turn up the heat and go winter shins on this bitch. Well, everyone, we really hope you enjoy today's main topic about spirit guides and totems. Like we said, comment below. Tell us what yours are if you want to share your story. Like we said, we do read your comments. We really do get influenced by you guys. And in the meantime, stay tuned for more content with ShadowCast, Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
I think we're going to the fairy forecast right now.
Are we? Are we
I
already
think
there?
so. We might be.
Stay tuned. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Fairy forecast!
Fairy forecast!
And we got these beautiful spell jars. What you got going on here?
Yeah, spell jars and snake earrings, and the spell jars have bones, crystals,
And I
dried
totally see
herbs,
both
and flowers,
types of moss from
and
our
moss.
forest adventure.
Yes,
Gorgeous.
moss from Forest Adventures.
You can find stuff similar for sale.
Mm-hmm.
on
At
House of the Wildling.
And then we have the black sand from Iceland that you gave me.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
gorgeous.
we have some of that too. which is
Alrighty,
great
so
energy.
let's see. What are we drawing from today?
Oh,
We
this is
are
the
hearing
Heart
from
of
the
Fairy
Heart of
Oracle.
Fairy from Brian Frau.
Brian Frau!
Brian Frau. Brian Frau.
Brian
Frau.
Frau?
Brian Frau.
Brian Frau!
We haven't heard that restraining order, so we're gonna keep on saying it.
Woo!
Brian
Brian
Frau. Anyways, welcome to the Fairy Forecast.
Let's see what we have for this week. Who wants to go first?
Do, do, do,
Oh,
do,
okay.
do,
Oh,
do,
So
do.
the first card up is the Star Fairy.
Oh
so
my-
pretty.
Look at that.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
It's absolutely your time. You're shining, and you're also the Star Fairy is so stars is like has a really great history of being fantastic navigational tools, and you want to intuit because this is a direction that you want to be taking right now. This is like your beacon, and you want to hone in and find it and just follow it. And this is about you shining.
Awesome.
So
Wonderful.
take your moment.
Yeah.
Star Fairy. This is
Who's next?
gorgeous.
I have the Shapeshifter,
Ooh,
which
pretty.
works really good, you know, with this idea of navigation, because the Shapeshifter is all about adaptability, and it's all about adapting to your environment and the needs of your environment and whatever is going on around you, rather than fight it or try to fix it or try to change it. Instead, this card is asking you to adapt yourself and shift yourself internally so that you can move through it.
Yeah,
This is simply beautiful.
I love it. I feel like mine goes pretty well with that too. I pulled the Joy of the Future.
Woo!
So I feel like this is just, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You have a lot of abundance and happiness and joy coming up in the future. You're kind of showcasing all the things that you've accomplished and your goals. Yeah, there's just a lot of good positive things that are coming up, a lot of good positive people around you. Yeah, lots
Love
of joy
it.
in that
Very
future.
good.
Yeah.
I love this one.
What do you got?
Which
you
card
got,
that
Jeffrey?
I drew is the hope.
Oh, what a
my
positive
gosh.
call today.
I feel like this card is really telling us, especially in times like this, this is really just
Yeah.
vibrating the positive energy that's going to be coming through. Have that hope. Do not let go. Do not fall back into that pit of despair. Move forward, guys, because that hope is what's keeping us alive, keeping us going, and moving on forward with the fairy forecast, because the hope is here to just signify that there's still a light in the darkness. And we are that light, and we are going to be that vibrant energy that's going to explode into 1,000 fireworks, and we are just going to blossom into a beautiful autumn as we say goodbye to summer, because I cannot wait.
Bye,
to-
Done, summer.
All right,
But
done.
no, the hope is definitely showing us that there is still something in the darkness that is waiting to be found, and so it's up to you guys. Where is it?
All right, let's pull
Love
the
it.
fifth card for
Oh.
interpretation.
Interpretive
Oh.
card. Ooh.
Oh man.
The Queen
The
of
Queen of Bedlam.
Bedlam.
All right, so whatever you guys
Wow.
see, it's Zep's like he's freaking out.
Wow!
Come on, guys. What does
What do
this
you see in
card
this card?
say to you?
This is
Comment below what you read this card to be.
I
Zep's, I wish you guys could see
Kid-
Zep's face. He's freaking out right now.
Everyone, we cannot wait until we see what you guys interpret this card to be in the comments below, because this is really such a positive. I think this is. I want to say just a little bit about the last card. I think it's going to be a huge positive outcome. What do you guys think?
I mean, this was a very positive pull today. I
Mhm.
feel like all these cards were very like
Boom, boom,
discussing
boom, boom, boom,
hope
boom.
and future and joy and goals and accomplishments. So yeah, this is a good one.
Here we go.
Here we go. Let's
On
go.
to our future.
To the future. In the meantime, everyone, thanks for tuning in for ShadowCast Austin. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Cool.
So long, farewell.
Okay, try to.
The long tongue.
You know what? I haven't had sex in a month. Let's go for it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm not saying bye yet.
Are we saying goodbye yet?
Oh, yeah, bye.
Oh, yeah.